Welcome back only for the Plotline. We are doing an episode today based off of a fan's request. But, well, really, she's my cousin. So, cousin, I know you'll be watching this. I just want to say, hi, cousin. Hi. So she wants me to do Toy Story 5, the trailer. And it's not unusual request since I have done a different Spider-Man trailer to the No Way Home, I believe it was. And I'll be doing the Brand New Day as well. I'm actually trying to get my things together for that one as well. So this won't be like the only trailer. So Toy Story 5. So my initial thoughts are, I don't know if I want this movie to exist. I remember when Toy Story 4 came out, they were like, oh, it's gonna be sadder than Toy Story 3 was. And I legit remember crying with my brothers at the theater at the ending of Toy Story 3. Since it's been a while, you should probably know. But, you know, like that scene when they're gonna go through to the incinerator. Yeah, that is heartbreaking and a tearjerker. This movie, I thought, well, Toy Story 4, it wasn't sadder in any way at all. I mean, there's like a part that like kind of gets to me, like when they're trying to rescue RC, like through the rain gutter or something. That part's kind of sad because he's a car, you know, like I don't know how he got out there. Well, I think Andy might have just left him out there, right? Because he comes in like wet with a bunch of toys and they had to go rescue RC. And then there's like another part, I think, with Bo when she has to leave the first time. I think that's like a small one, but I didn't cry, you know. There wasn't like enough character like accountability for me to care enough to cry. But I mean, neither did like RC. But anyways, the point, it wasn't sadder than Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4 was just another movie. I think just another cash grab, really, for a famous IP that had a perfect ending the way it was. Do I really need to see all that? No. And in my opinion, Bonnie is still the main villain in Toy Story 4 because this little kid guilt trips Andy into keeping Woody, and then she doesn't even like Woody. And then there's that whole plot line, you know, like why does Woody go along with them if they're not a favorite, if he's not a favorite toy? If he's essentially trash to Bonnie already, why does he get to go? So, okay, Toy Story 5. A movie, okay, so the concept is kind of cool, I guess, but it's not enough already. And I think this is a movie without Woody because we saw Woody like stay with Bo. He finally get like the ending he wanted to be with Bo. He's not gonna be with Andy. He's gonna get to be with Bo. Dang it, let it happen. Also, I don't know if I'll be posting any of the video clips from the trailer because Disney likes to copyright me during every little thing. And it's just kind of annoying, really, because you guys might get the notification, go on, and not being able to view the video. And then I had to like do this thing, like this request to like take it down or to remove the copyright strike. And then it takes like 2 days. So then you guys are like, don't care anymore. So I'll probably just post pictures because they can't do it that way. Unless you know a way that I could do it. Because other people are posting these things. And like I said, I'm getting these clips off of YouTube. So it's really annoying that they're doing it. Maybe I'm not just using a disclaimer for that as much in my description. I mean, just if you know, let me know, please. That'd be cool. Also, I have been in my other hobby, which is board gaming. So I'll probably post a link to that description if you're interested in my gaming videos as well. Board gaming videos, I should say. I don't have any like video game streamings yet. So, okay, Toy Story 5. We start with like at a wedding, and then Bonnie gets like a package, I guess, of a lily pad tech. Okay, maybe she's at that age where she maybe needs one. I don't know if it's like a cool educational one, maybe something similar to what I had. I have no idea what that thing even was though, or if it's just kind of like an iPod or like a tablet. I mean, in the shape of a lily that the parents could just use to just put Bonnie, like just use it to distract Bonnie, although she's like already playing with the toy, so it's whatever. Just Bonnie, So knowing Bonnie is the villain and there was no repercussions for her really, I don't care that she's in this one. And I'm just very strong-willed in that sense. I will die on this hill. And then somehow Jesse has a radio to contact Woody. And at least in the trailer, it shows maybe Woody gets back to her within the same day. Maybe not like right away, but we see she only goes like to the radio once, and she's already at a distance from the walkie-talkie, where she's pacing around waiting for Woody's reply. So Woody had to have been around to be able to listen to that. And it just kind of makes me think, did he really like take a long distance? He had to take a long distance trip, right? Like in Toy Story 4, they go to like that park where Woody like found Bo, and it had to be some distance away. They rented an RV. At least I believe they rented an RV. And it just had so many plot holes really to continue this. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Woody must have made it like a long trip back just to give him a walk and say, hey, if you ever need me, radio me, you got a friend in me type thing. So I guess it worked because it happened. And then I don't want to say why are they so shocked because she did that to Woody, but you know, kids are be kids. You know, they're not interested in their toys anymore, I guess. And then Woody's like, yeah, you know, like we were finding more abandoned kids every day. Jesse's like, we've been trying to help her make friends. You know, at least in the one clip that they showed, Bonnie's playing with the toys in front of the 2 or 3 girls who are also on an iPad though, or some type of lily pad thing to distract them. So they don't even care really. Bonnie seems like as a lonely kid who maybe can't make friends, has trouble making friends. You know, she was alone on the first day of preschool or like orientation, you know, so she made Forky. Now he gets a knife, I guess. So anyways, I'm starting to digress. This is already looking like a movie I will not want to see. If I do go see it, it will be because of my boyfriend. So Woody ends up coming, and you know they're all shocked, they're all happy to see him, but he's balding. Why the heck is he balding? I find it really hard to believe. I really do. You know, none of the other toys have kind of like, you know, maybe he was like, maybe you'll say, oh, he's been in the sun for too long. I mean, so has Bo, and Bo looks like she's keeping her figure really well. You know, like I don't see anything, at least in the clip with her shown. There's nothing there. I don't know. Maybe Woody's an older toy. I don't know how much older. But you know, he's a very famous toy. Maybe not him, like himself, that doll, but you know, like all Woody's. You know, I wonder if like they're kind of like Venom. You remember Tom Hardy Venom like sees Spider-Man on the screen, and even though he hasn't dealt with Spider-Man himself, it's like his hive mind. You know, I wonder if all Woodies, and now man, this movie gets convoluted. I wonder if all Woodies have like a hive mind. But then Woody didn't even remember. He was like, he had no knowledge about any of it. He had to like be re-shown what he did before, you know. So maybe it wasn't him himself, that it was another Woody. You know, I mean, we saw a lot of Buzz in Toy Story 2 at the toy store, and they talk to each other, they even fight each other, and there's even like an army of Buzz Lightyears in this movie where they come out of a pond. And this part, it just kind of makes me wonder, because like one of them has like a makeshift flamethrower, and the other one has like some type of screw thing, I guess. And from there, just watching the trailer, it's like, are they going to try to destroy the lily pad? That's my only thing. Or is there like a deeper villain, another villain that's not seen, that isn't Bonnie? So it just makes me wonder where they're going with this. But having Woody balding makes me less interested in watching this movie, because I find that bull. Hold on one second. So look at this. This is my childhood Spider-Man, okay? Is he balding? No. Sure, maybe he lost like the little bit of the webbing on his forehead, but you know, he's been like in the toy box. I don't know. Maybe this could count as balding, but like Woody is like shining. Like he is shining to a degree. You know that scene in SpongeBob where the king takes off his helmet and they're like, bald, my eyes.
Oh, Your Highness, I'm sure it's not that noticeable. Bald! Bald! Bald!
My eyes! You know, that's almost what this was. You know, Woody had a good light here, but so yeah, not balding, unless you count it that way. Look, this is another Spider-Man toy that I have, that I've kept as a child, and I plan to give to my own kid, through adoption, of course, later on. But I mean, the worst thing is like he's broke, just his arm broke there, unfortunately, and I mean, yeah, the same thing. Like the webbing came off on the head. So now that I'm arguing against it, maybe it really depends how you think it though. Would you say this is balding? You know? If you say yes, I could see where you think you're right. But if you say no, I could see where you think you're right. So the argument could be made for both, really, now that I think about it, because I never really looked at them. And man, he's like arms coming off right here. And I wonder what like what's going on. You know, in the trailer, it looks like the lead pad is trying to show them to escape. Or not to escape, but like for her to somehow get rid of the toys. I don't know how it's going to be doing that. Maybe they were going to move again. You know, and then Woody took a trip back just to help the toys. And that also makes me wonder, why not come with Bo? You know, why did he come alone? I mean, maybe Bo wasn't a part of Bonnie's toy, so maybe she'd have to hide, but so was Woody. You know, I don't think Bonnie cared that she even lost Woody. So if she saw Woody again, I don't know if she would like, oh, hey, my cowboy or something. And in a sense where she can't do that with Bo because Bo was never hers. My initial thoughts are that this is not going to be a good movie. It is another cash grab. In a sense for nostalgia, but I don't know if they really needed to make this movie. You know, I tried to see like the Toy Story anniversary, and I tried to get like the popcorn bucket or whatever it was for the Toy Story, but all those scalpers, of course, you know, had to be there first, and I had trouble trying to check into my motel that day. It was so annoying. I missed out on it. It was disappointing. Did this movie need to happen? No. Did Woody need to be balding? Especially not. Especially not. I will die on that hill as well. Should this have been a movie without Woody? It probably would have been for the best. I mean, sure, he is like the main title character, but you sent him away in part 4, probably not thinking you're going to make a part 5. The concept is kind of cool. The toys against like technology, finally. But, I mean, I think all toys are at some level of knowing that they might be replaced and that they can't hang on to a child forever, you know? Except my Spider-Man toys. They're just going to be given to my next one. You know, or my, what is he? Like my nephew-in-law, I guess. But that's about it. But they're not leaving me. They're still here. And I wish I kept more of these. But anyways, I know I talked about so many random things. That were maybe off topic. I just have to vent sometimes with this. If you see this, let me know if you have your tickets already. I don't know. I'm not gonna want to see this on my own free will. I'll have to be dragged along, like as a date or something. But I won't fight it. But am I expecting this to be a good movie? No, not at all. It should have ended at Toy Story 3, where it was a perfect ending. And I can maybe accept Woody gets like his happily ever after, you know, to stay with Bo. But I don't know why she's not in this movie either. I really don't know what would be that bad for Woody to have to come, and what the heck they're even gonna do. There has to be something that we don't know. Probably another plot hole that we don't know, plot point that makes like all the armies. What are they gonna do to, like, they needed an army of Buzz Lightyears to get rid of the lily pad? What is that gonna achieve? Anyways, this video is already too long already. Thank you for coming. And yeah, I'll post the link to my gaming video. And hi, my cousin. Hi, cuz. Take care. Bye.